Hello. Bayern Munich is looking forward to the first home game of the season against Augsburg. We have Thomas Tuchel here. Welcome. First question, please. The first question is, Jamal Musiala can't play. So every Bayern fan thinks that Thomas Müller has to play now. Is that the same thought that the coach has? Well, it can also be that Serge plays or Gravenberg. So that's why you all have to wait till Sunday. Next question. At the start of the week, a lot has been made of needing a chief and a new hierarchy with the arrival of Harry Kane. So some that thought they are the chief are only Indians. How does the hierarchy develop within the squad? Can you have any influence on it? Well, that happens because of the personality, because of the performance. And the personality I was alluding to earlier already. And then it's about the minutes that they play, but you cannot make somebody a leader. It is important to have only a few chiefs, but to have a few leading players that are building the core for the team. And that's what we are working on. That is a process. It doesn't happen from one day to another. It isn't finished yet. And it starts all over again. And then from the September the 1st, it's going to develop through the way they are acting in practice and how they are interacting. And everybody has to know his role and accept it and make the best out of it. Is there a perfect leading player for you? Well, there's not the one leader. I know that you like to have a different answer, but there are so many ways of leading a team, of playing, of influencing a team. A guest from Israel, hello.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here. The whole country is excited about Daniel Peretz's arrival.
Nice.
I know that it's not final. I know that it wasn't signed.
Good.
But still, can you please explain the whole strategy in bringing the very talented Daniel Peretz here to Bayern Munich?
I will explain you. I'm so sorry for all your way that you come here, and we really appreciate the effort, but I will explain you the way and the reasons behind it when he is our player. At the moment, we're trying very hard that he becomes our player, and we are very positive about it, and we are very excited to have a young talent and a very nice character, hopefully soon in our squad. But like I said, at the moment we need a little bit of patience and time until we can confirm it, and then I will give you all the reasons behind it.
It's only the medical that are the barrier?
Medical and some signatures, I think, and there can always be surprises, as you know.
We're crossing our fingers.
Yes, me too. Yeah.
In English.
Yeah.
What impressed you most about Daniel Peretz? What do you like about him? When did you fall in love with him? What do you think about his?
What's the difference to the colleague's question?
No, I want to know specifically.
I know.
Why you choose him?
I don't want to get carried away because it's not finalized. And like I said, I can confirm that we are trying. And of course, we scouted him very early, so since many weeks, and he had a very impressive tournament for the under-21, and that was the final moment where we decided that this could be a very good addition to our goalkeeper group and to our club. And yeah, his talent, his personality is a very good mix that fits us very good, and I'll give you more details when it's hopefully done.
Thank you very much.
Vielen Dank.
Dann geht es hier vorne weiter. Erste Reihe Nico Linner für die Bild-Zeitung.
Hallo Herr Tuchel.
Servus.
Benjamin Pavard hat
Vorsichtig
formuliert, nicht ganz so glücklichen einen
was not sporting the happiest of figures. How was your impression and how do you see his situation?
Ja, Benji hat
Benji was asking for a transfer, but we are thinking of the club and of the team. We are rating him very highly as far as the coaching staff is concerned and the whole club. He played more than 80% of the games in the past seasons on a high and constant level. That's why it's one side that he wants to change, and the other side is that he wants to make a change, and it depends on whether that makes any sense financially for the club. But then there is the side of the timing and of an offer that has to make sense for us. So the timing has to make sense, and we have to have a player coming in for him as well. It's pretty late now. The offer was pretty late. His wish to change when he was talking to me was very late, and that doesn't make things easier. I'm really relaxed. I'm not taking it personal. I never did. I'm working with him on a professional level, and I really like to work with him. And you can see it as far as his playing time is concerned. He's a very important player, and that's going to stay that way. If things will change, then that will be because whether we will find a replacement for him, but the bar is very high. In preparation, you were talking about finding a starting 11 quickly. Now you have to make one change. Is that all you're going to make, or will Augsburg force your hand? Well, I'm not that far already. Things can happen. Against Werder Bremen, I had to decide between Leon and Conny. And things that count for Connie's, things that count for Leon, and we knew how Werder was going to play with lots of standard and dead ball situation, and that's always going to happen, but we're going to stick to our plan. I think it's good for us that we play a lot together with one team that has to earn its place, obviously. That's always very high point, and you have to really perform in a way that forces you into the team in order to win games and stay on the pitch. And that is the basis of everything. And that's why now, as far as performance and as far as results are concerned, there's no reason to change. Jamal will be out, and if we find a tactical personality that has to come in, then we're going to change, but we don't know yet. How do you see the opponent, and what will it come down to in this game? And the second question, a colleague asked it already a couple of weeks, a month ago, and you said, well, it's really thin ice, but still you're going to turn 50 shortly. Is that a life for football? Would that be a headline? Or life with football? A life with football would be the headline. What was the first question? The opponent? Yeah. Augsburg changed their style a little bit. They're more putting emphasis on the passing game, on the possession. They changed their order a little bit. They're pressing higher up the pitch. I expect them to stay that way, and we're going to take it as it comes. It doesn't have to be that way, but we expect a mix of a team that is really strong on the counter, but that can also on the other side find solutions, playing with the ball, having possession, playing a bit unorthodox as far as their lineup is concerned in the opposing half. And they're going to try to pressure us, and we have to find solutions. We're going to work on that starting today. It's going to be a really long week, and we used it for intense training sessions. but we found time to really specifically prepare tactically for the game on Sunday.
Ich habe noch eine Frage und zwar zu
Another question to Saudi Arabia. Is this
glauben Sie, dass
policy of Saudi Arabia, do you think that it's endangering the Bundesliga? Or do you think, well, if somebody wants to play in a country where nobody is watching, well, it doesn't matter. Well, both. If anybody wants to play there, and I always think you don't have to be too moralic about things, but once the offers are on the table, then many people who are raising their finger and saying, well, you can't do it, they gonna have a weakness maybe, and for yourself, for the family, in order to have the money for all of them, have the financial security. So I think I shouldn't be too moralic about it because it is what it is. The market just opened completely anew, and it is definitely endangering the Bundesliga because of its certain structure. You don't have an advantage against clubs in the Premier League, different clubs in different European leagues that are owned by states and by owners that have loads of money, so we are in a disadvantage, and that disadvantage is not going to be smaller. So we have to not think about the problem, but think about the solution. We're going to find our niches, and the we is about Bayern Munich. We are challenged in the league, and this is always going to happen. And there will always be a niche where we can find that will help us stay in the running for certain.
Aus Italien kam jetzt kurz vor der Pressekonferenz die Meldung.
About Benjamin Pavard, just before the press conference, there was the news that he was trying to not go to practice, and you were talking with Ben Zahavi? No, that's not a fact. Benji. Well, we are closing the curtain, but he was missing one practice session, but he was playing in the friendly the other day, and yesterday he was in full practice, and that's the way it has to be. And obviously he's not happy with his personal situation. And I know it. He's not the first player. Things like that happen. He only thinking about his own situation, obviously, but I'm not taking it personally. Everything's good, and he was practicing yesterday, and I haven't called with Zahavi because we don't need him to deal with the situation. I'm talking to the player, and we solved this with a clear mind, and he was on the pitch and he was practicing, like I said. So 3 more questions.
Herr Tuchel, ich wollte Sie nach Ihren Gedanken zur
I
Innenverteidigung für Sonntag.
would like to know about your thoughts about the central defense. Do you think, well, it worked out against
Wir probieren noch
Bremen?
eben diese Innenverteidigung, die Sie finden wollen. Schon
Or are you still looking for that central defense? Have you made up your mind yet? I will not reveal it to you, but I think that the two really played well against Bremen, better than in the weeks leading to it. I think the whole defensive structure, not only the central defenders, but the whole team, as far as the tightness was concerned, was better. So that's going to be the basis, and we're going to put that, work on that for the next games. Matthias is coming off a tougher injury. It was his calf, and everybody who knows his calves knows that it's a really severe injury because he really has
fehlt da ein bisschen
quite
Rhythmus,
some
da fehlt
calf.
ein bisschen Form, da fehlt
So
ein
he's
bisschen
missing the
Vertrauen
rhythm a
dadurch
bit,
und deshalb hat er
and
da
he's
vielleicht
missing the
gerade,
trust a bit.
die Entscheidung gegen sich gekriegt, während er im Supercup ja
And
noch
so it was a
gestartet hat.
decision against him
War aber extrem wichtig,
while
dass
he
er eine halbe
was
Stunde
starting the
zu
Super Cup.
Ende verteidigt hat, auch für uns.
And it was very
Im Moment
important
sind
that he
das,
played 30
zwei
minutes on the
gelernte
highest level.
Innenverteidiger plus Benji.
At the moment, we
Das
have
ist auch,
3
guter
central
Torwart,
defenders
das
plus
ist auch
Benji.
absolut nötig. Die Saison
And
wird
that
lang,
is
es werden viele
absolutely
Spiele.
necessary for a season with lots of
Da gibt's
games.
jetzt von der Leistung her keinen Grund zu wechseln.
And as far as the performance is concerned, there's no reason for a change. But we'll see whether we have some tactical reasons or anything happens in the next days. Then we will be happy that we have a couple of defenders on the same level.
Für die Augsburger Allgemeine.
Hello, Mr. Tuchel. A question about Augsburg. It's a game against a former club of yours.
Ja.
You have friends there and everything. Is it still a special game for you? Because it's not the first time you play against them.
Hat man schon, aber es ist
Well,
der Fokus ist
I
wirklich
still
jetzt
have a certain relationship, but the focus is
alles,
because of the
jetzt
transfer period and
schon
everything
extrem auf uns, dass es sich jetzt
extremely
nicht mehr
on
so groß
us.
von anderen Bundesligaspielen
And it's
unterscheidet. Das heißt,
differing too much from other Bundesliga games. We're focusing completely on us. We are preparing for the game like we do on every other game. It's a home game, so it's not like we sleep in a night in Augsburg where I will meet friends or part of family, because that will feel differently. But as soon as the game starts, it's not a difference at all. One last question.
Die obligatorische Frage, gibt es eigentlich Ausfälle, die wir jetzt...
Are you missing any players that we don't know about? No, if you don't know it, I don't know either. So, other than the players you were talking about.
Thomas Müller, der ja nun Großteil
So a question about Thomas Müller, who was missing in pre-season. He was really feeling lively once he came into the pitch. Did he make up so you can let him start? Well, he could start, but I don't think that he could go a full 90 minutes. That's my impression. On the level that we'd like him to be and the intensity that he has to play in order to be good, I don't think that this would work. So the decision would be whether we will start him or whether we will have the option to get him onto the pitch later. It was really, like you said, a very lively element, but we still... He has missed all of the preseason, but he feels good. He's without pain, and that's most important. And you can see it in practice that he's really feeling free.
schönes Wochenende.
Thank you very much. Have a good weekend till Sunday. Bye-bye.